It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing? Piotr here, and meaning that we are going to cover ECB rate decision right here only on Liteforex global YouTube channel. Hopefully it's not that noisy for you, because not everyone is going to follow the ECB. One of my neighbors decided to cut the grass instead. Well, you know, different people do different things. Anyway, uh, 4 minutes towards the decision. At the same time, if you haven't noticed, we do live market coverage through the whole European and half of the US session. So right now we have 2 streams on the Liteforex Global YouTube channel. Anyway, let's start with the risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading effects on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors who can sustain a loss of some or initial investment. Please do not invest the money you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay, so let's have a look where we are. Just to confirm that the account here is the same like on the other stream, we had today the small loss 0.1% on the cable, same here as you can see. So whatever we are going to trade here also is gonna be visible on the second stream. And that's how it's going to be. Hopefully everything is going to be fine and smooth. The only thing is, one thing has to be changed. Okay. And okay. About our next meeting. 2 minutes to go. The thing is, guys, that it's the last press conference of President Draghi. So the question is if it's going to be event or non-event for the euro currency. I think, if anything, we are going to see some kind of the movements during the press conference. Well, we are going to use that time after the rate decision to go through a few levels, especially euro dollar looks very interesting from the daily chart perspective. There are a few levels like the swing high, swing low. That's the first levels I'm gonna to watch and look for any kind of the market activity here. I'm not gonna be surprised to see euro going a little bit higher. The reason is that, you know, we get earlier some market informations from the EU members, and not all of them are happy with the more printing, right? That also helped for yields, for 10-year German yields to recover a bit compared to what we've seen last time during the ECB meeting. All right, ECB says expects interest rates to remain at their present or lower levels until it has seen inflation outlook robustly converge to a level sufficiently close to but below 2% within its projection horizon, and such convergence has been consistently missed. Probably that's what they been thinking about. That's how it looks, guys. I'm going to put on the chat. Again, what I'm gonna have to look for today, we are going to be here for about 1 hour, but the second stream will be will cover US Open as well. So let's place few lines around. There you go. That's possible end of the business from the possible swing high perspective. That's possible end of the business to the downside. Now, I do think, look guys, there was a latest, how does it look when we started the move to the upside, right? So look at the corrections here, right? Almost the same in size. So in case we are going to move lower, 1080 and the levels of this broken swing high over here, that's what I'm gonna to look for. So I'm looking for a, if I would be a bull, I would look for a deeper correction towards 1080, 1060, based on the size of the corrections we've seen already, okay? Nothing extraordinary is going on, at least for now. On the other hand, in case we are going to hold the swing low here, right? So let's have a look what we have in terms of the move to the upside, right? The sizes to the upside were equal as well, guys. Okay, so either if we are going to start rise from here and we are going to break this week high, market may want to look for stops towards 113, okay? Or if we are going to do 1-to-1, 1080, 1060, we might see slightly 1250, 1270, okay? Slightly lower. Now to the downside, to the downside, in case of the break of this 1080, 1070, I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit deeper move and retest of the psychological 110 again. Break and close below 110 will open 920, 910. So yeah, so we know where we are from the higher time frame perspective. Intraday, first there was a good French PMI. We broke through, retest weekly open, but then horrible German PMI, and we get back below Monday low. We broke through the Tokyo range, and that's why I like more downside towards 1080, 1060 here, because of the current price action we've seen. But you know, it's ECB day, so it could be easily, you know, more upside and then more downside, so more manipulation might be in place. Anyway, I'm going to, you know, I've been looking through the euro yen and euro pound, and that's why I'm not yet short, to be honest with you, when we are talking about the euro dollar, because look, that's the EURGBP, that's the Tokyo range. We went higher, but compared to the euro dollar, it wasn't clear, there was no clear breakdown through the Tokyo session, so it's still the possible that we will see a little bit higher levels on the euro yen, and that might help euro dollar to push higher. And I'm a little bullish on the euro pound, and that's what we discussed yesterday, based on the price action. We've seen the whole retest of this consolidation, and especially the mid of that consolidation, and that was discussed 2 days ago. Okay, so you know, it's hard to trying to single sell euro dollar where euro yen is like neutral, and as long as we are above, I'm a little bit more bullish on euro pound. So it's, you know, it's hard to, especially the dollar index, the latest rally, it's nothing else right now like the retest of the big breakdown, something like around 97.50. So it's not quite clear picture here. Also watching developments on the German DAX index. Okay, you know, it might tell us something as well. So it hit 12,900. So the stops based on the 27th of August been taken out. There is a little bit of the upper shadow, and I'm going to look to sell this. I'm negative indices. So we will see. You know, I wonder if we are going to, because it might be, you know, like the living cake. So this type of the party during this press conference, it's gonna be like, oh, thank you, Mr. Draghi, right? Unless, you know, he might. There is a little bit of the chance that he will try to surprise the market. Anyway, looks like we have to be patient, and we have to wait next 8 minutes towards the New York Open, and then another 30 minutes towards the press conference. The thing is that when we are talking about the calendar, it was the PMI day in Australia, it was the PMI day in Europe, but we also have PMI day in US, and before PMI in US we have 2:30 p.m. CET durable good orders and the weekly unemployment claims, and then 3:45 flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI, and at 4 we do have new home sales. There should be, let me find it for you. Jesus, 1 second. If you need, that's the full ECB decision, monetary policy decisions from the October 24th. Well, nothing is going on, at least nothing is going on right here, right now. So, yeah, we have to wait patiently. Because it's Friday tomorrow, and especially there is only during the US session there is only the revised of US University of Michigan. In case of this stream we do like the whole day stream, it's going to, we are going to cover only towards the US Open tomorrow. So it's gonna be a little bit shorter. Similar on Monday, the full coverage gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So slow, incredible. Anyway, so we have to wait for the start of the press of conference. Of course, I'm going to listening to Mr. Draghi. So yeah, we'll see. But again, if you are expecting huge fireworks, bear in mind it's the last press conference of Draghi. So yeah, the few guys warned that it might be non-event, and to be honest with you, I can agree with that. Even if we are going to see euro-dollar move, it might be mostly based, for example, on the US data, right? Not necessarily on what we are going to get from ECB. So it might be the rejection of the dollar rally after the retest of 97.50, for example, 98. So patient here, guys. 3 minutes to New York Open, and then press conference. So waiting. Euro pressure at a bit towards 2 p.m. CT. In other words, towards 8 a.m. New York. So it's going to be, compared to the yesterday New York close, it's gonna be a little bit gap down. That's the low of the day, and that's where the New York is open. So if that was the initial move to the downside, then this one was equal in size. So if that's gonna be the case, of course, it's completely different story now with with US in play. But this, yeah, 111. Yesterday lows might be in play eventually. Okay, guys, nothing we can do here. Just patiently waiting for the press conference. I'm going to provide the address as well for those who are looking to listen. Draghi. So that's the address on YouTube if you are looking to watch Draghi live. Now we do have this attempt to break lower on the EUROJPY. That looks a bit better. cable, I've been trying to trade long yesterday. Probably, if you were watching, you know, I've been stopped out. Then I recovered a bit. Today I've been trying again with this break of the Tokyo range. They pull back again. That's, yeah. And watching pound on the different monitor right now, and yeah. There is another failure at 130. So later on during the US session, I may try to trade the pound again, this time to the downside, especially if euro pound will hold current level. So maybe it's going to be the time to try to turn around. We'll see. But that's going to be covered on this second stream, guys. All right, after we finish here. Here we are covering euro only today because of this ECB day. Closer to the weekend, probably I'm going to prepare also the crypto stream again. As looks like we had a huge, as some mentioned yesterday, huge breakdown. I wouldn't say it's a huge, that's what we discussed, the bottom of this weekly range, the bottom of the weekly possible demand being tested. Also from the shorter time frame perspective, we hit some stops to the upside, so yesterday moved, that was nothing else like hit stops to the downside. That's gonna be interesting from that perspective, especially that the volume on backed jumped 5 times during that yesterday drop. We'll see. As I mentioned, I will try to find some time and I will try to make the special crypto stream again this week. Okay, so let's have a short break here. Some water, tea, coffee, whatever you like, guys. Non-alcoholic drinks only. Still, it's depends on your time zone. It's still early afternoon here in Europe, so yeah, just water, tea, coffee eventually. I'll be back just before the press conference, unless something happens on the market.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Liteforex social trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
So Euro is trying, especially trying to close the gap, or actually closing the gap. So what I mean by that, it's yesterday New York close and today's New York open was a little bit lower. So we just closed the gap. Really very interesting. If it's going to be, as some say, completely non-event. Or Mr. Draghi prepared something super extraordinary. It was 8 years. Still, in my opinion, guys, as we already discussed some time ago, below 115, below 116, medium term, I'm still bearish. There is still 95 on the dollar index, the strong possible demand. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. So Euro closed the gap and trying to fight again with Monday low, right? Blue dotted, green dotted line. Blue dotted is a weekly open. Green dotted is Monday low, Monday high. something around 3 minutes. Maybe journalists are going to taste the goodbye cake, Draghi goodbye cake. In the meantime, guys, don't forget US durable good orders and weekly jobless. Weekly jobless, of course, less important. Next week is the first Friday. I don't remember if we are going to get the payrolls. Let me check quickly. Yeah, it's the first and is French bank holiday. Italian, yeah, there is a special day in Europe. But we do have non-farm payrolls, so well, probably we are going to cover it live. So a little bit of the spike down on the dollar yen, a little bit of the upside on the euro. So probably weaker durable good orders. Yeah, well, no, it's minus 0.3 versus minus 0.7 what was expected. Initial jobless better. Well, not that bad, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, Mr. Draghi. Looks like you look tired after those 8 years. Of doing nothing, as someone said some time ago. All those central bankers, yeah. Anyway, let's focus on the chart. Looks like I have to make the correction. The first one I provided probably not correct, and I'm sorry about that. I don't know why is that happened. Okay, market is trying. But if there is a no real move, or if there is a no trade here, we are going to finish at 3 p.m. CET within the next 30 minutes, and all will be switched to the stream where we are covering from the early European Open. And in case you are watching there. There's, I mean, no, you are not. There is no voice, of course, but right now it's if we are going to make a trade here, it's going to be visible there as well. So that's how we did it. No move, not at all. You're right, MHV. Draghi, incoming data since the meeting in September confirm our previous assessment of the protracted weakness in euro area growth dynamics, the persistence of the prominent downside risk, and muted inflation pressure. So it's a good reason to try to push euro higher. I'm joking, guys, right? So governing council sees need for highly accommodative policy for prolonged time. I would eventually try to trade that with the stop above 50. The only what I'm worried here, I'm gonna to try to grab very tiny exposure eventually. What I'm worried about only is that we might see the spike to the upside based on not the Draghi, but based on either Trump or weaker US data. So that my concern only, right? Well, yeah. And above 50, probably I'm gonna be wrong with my way of thinking. The risks surrounding the euro area growth outlook remain on the downside. We have next US data within 1 hour. Let's have a look what we have in terms of the option expiration, if I can check it. At 30 I might, looks like I missed it at 30. Let's have a look at the option expiration, if I can see something. There is probably something at 111. While labor cost pressure have strengthened amid tighter labor market, the weaker growth momentum is delaying their pass-through to the inflation. Looks like somewhere right saying that it might be non-event. At least that's how it looks right now. Looks like yen is moving, but I'm not in rush to short it here, because if you are watching the other stream, we are short cat yen there, right? And we are ready to add on any kind of the spike towards 83.25 in cat yen. Here, you know, I haven't seen the closing gap yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it might be, you know, attempt to move a little bit higher towards 121, and then in case of some kind of the nice rejection that where I may try to join the party. Looks like no downside, so maybe upside. That's how the sleeping. Were those all good days before the financial crisis, and there was a central bank rate decision? There was, you know, the move was ensured. Euro is trying, so it looks like it's going to be the retest of this Tuesday low. Also, pound is trying. Trying to figure it out how they wanted to manipulate us. and it's not that clear for me. It might be because of what we discussed. That's how I see the things as well. That's how I see the things as well. But here I'm gonna to wait towards the top of the hour, guys. So we are slowly. I'm not gonna trade here right now. 15 minutes ahead of the top of the hour. So please, if you can switch to the second stream where we are covering live, we are going to be there towards US data, towards option expiration, and few minutes past there. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, if that would depend on me, then I would move the market and there would be plenty of trading opportunities. But it's something I can't do by myself because I don't have enough money. So that's how it looks, right? The patient is the name of the game here. So guys, switching to the other stream. Have a great rest of the day in case you are leaving, and see you around, guys.